coverage you can count on. KOMU 8 News starts now.
Here's what's happening right now, an update to a story we first broke on Friday and have been following every day since. The Columbia Regional Airport is officially closed. Good afternoon, I'm Monica Madden.
And I'm Jim Reek. Thanks for joining us. The airport is expected to reopen next Tuesday if all goes right and the weather cooperates. Here's what we know so far. More than a dozen flights were canceled the past 3 days with the main runway under construction. The airport blamed a concrete crown where the airport's two runways intersect. Crews are working to level out that bump to make it more comfortable for takeoffs and landings. KOMU 8 Sydney Kalich talked to a pilot who has flown into the airport more than 15 times the past 2 years, who says the closure is a good idea.
Jim, Monica, I'm here at the Columbia Regional Airport, where it is now closed for modifications to a runway that passengers and pilots alike had concerns for. Now, the FAA did say that that runway was compliant with their regulations. If you take a look at your screen here, this is what the runway looked like a year ago, and this is what the runway looked like today as crews worked to repair the crown. I also spoke with a pilot who flies his private airplane into Columbia. He says it's one of his favorite airports. He said commercial flyers aren't used to rougher landings.
The commercial operations require a lot more, stringent regulations and requirements for runways that I suspect might be harder to accommodate than a small general aviation airplane.
The airport is scheduled to open sometime next week. I did reach out to the city for an update on the construction, but they had none at this time. Live in Columbia, Sydney Kalich, KOMU 8 News.
We also reached out to the TSA to see how they would be affected by the airport being closed for a week. A representative told us Columbia TSA agents have the option to report to work for training, choose to use paid leave or unpaid leave. The training would involve recurrent training to keep their skills fine-tuned. For all of our continuous coverage on the temporary closure of the Columbia Airport, head over to our website, KOMU.com.
Well, it was another warm day today, as expected. It's starting to sound like a broken record. We've been so warm recently. Temperatures in the middle 70s right now, 76 in Columbia and Jeff City. High temperature was actually 77, still close to 80 at Lake Ozark right now. And looking at satellite and radar, you can see we do have just a little bit of cloud cover starting to push in. There's even more cloud cover. We'll be partly cloudy tonight thanks to that cloud base that's rolling in from the Great Plains. But our low pressure system is going to continue to head our direction, and it's really going to be moving down here pretty quickly over the next couple days. As that happens, we're going to be pretty windy over the next 2 days, and it's going to be a warm wind at least through about Thursday. Here, as we head into Thursday, by the end of it, a cold front will push through. It's going to change around, and then the wind is still going to be pretty strong, but it's going to be a colder wind, so there's going to be a big temperature change by the end of the week. I'm tracking that, plus our rain chances coming up.
The chairman of the Missouri Senate Appropriations Committee, Dan Hageman, wants to set aside $5 million for road and bridge repairs related to flooding. Today, he proposed putting that money in next year's budget. Flooding ravaged the state this year, and several levees along the Missouri River breached last month. Governor Mike Parson has also asked the Federal Emergency Management Agency to help assess flood damage. That information will help Parson later request federal disaster assistance.
Boone County firefighters battled a duplex fire this morning. It happened in the 300 block of Catherine Drive. The call came in about 8:30 of a kitchen fire. Both sides of the duplex are occupied. No one was hurt.
Yeah, and that just means if someone can't bring another contempt action.
Craig Woods was convicted of first-degree murder for the killing of 10-year-old Haley Owens in Springfield back in 2014. He was also charged with armed criminal action in child kidnapping, first-degree rape, and first-degree sodomy involving a child under 12. One person decided the fate of Craig Wood. A judge, not a jury, sentenced Wood to death in January of last year. Now, Wood is appealing the decision to the Missouri Supreme Court. KOMU 8's Alex Arger is in the studio with more on the arguments from both sides on what his sentence should be. Alex?
Craig Wood was sentenced to death for killing 10-year-old Haley Owens. Today, Wood's public defender argued the death penalty was unconstitutional in his case, but the state disagrees. Now it's up to the Missouri Supreme Court to decide Wood's fate. The court was almost empty today as Craig Wood's public defender argued his death sentence was the wrong sentence. The room much different than the rest of the case when people filled the seats to show support for Haley Owens and her family. Today, 7 Missouri Supreme Court justices heard arguments from the Attorney General's office and the Public Defender's office on Wood's appeal. with Wood's attorney saying the sentence violates the Sixth Amendment right to a jury. She says this because the sentencing was based on one judge's finding after the jury in Wood's case couldn't reach a unanimous decision.
The fact that the judge does make his own completely separate findings, and he's not locked into what the jurors have found, is by itself a constitutional violation.
But the state's attorney says the aggravating evidence in court would point to the death penalty, no matter who decided it.
The evidence seems to suggest that the sexual assault occurred in a bedroom where there was a gun laying right there on a nightstand. But this defendant took the victim downstairs, found another gun, used it to shoot her point blank, and then tried to conceal that gun.
The Supreme Court's decision, whether it will stay with the judge's sentencing or if Wood will instead serve life in prison without parole. In Percival's 136-page brief she filed with the court, she said Missouri is one of only 2 states that allow a judge to impose a death sentence after jurors could not. The Missouri Supreme Court will decide the case at a later date. In the studio, Alex Arger, KOMU 8 News.
Attorney General William Barr gives more details about the release of the redacted Mueller report.
And the college scam case is moving forward. We'll give you the latest details right when we come back.
Wind's pretty calm right now, but you can see stronger winds over in Kansas. It's heading our direction. Tracking that hour by hour for you coming up later.
And you're taking a live look over the Missouri River at Roachport. The river is still up. It is 5:05. This is KOMU 8 News, first at 5. Coverage you can count on.
This week on Wheel.
It's America's game.
And nothing's more American than Nashville, a cold drink and country music.
I'm feeling kind of honky-tonky.
Yes, you're my honky-tonk woman. Weeknights at 6:30 on KOMU 8. Athletes 50 and older fight for the gold medal in more than 20 sports at the 25th Annual Missouri State Senior Games, June 6th through the 9th in Columbia. For more information and to register, visit moseniorgames.org. Track storms wherever you are. Download the free KOMU 8 Weather and Traffic app. Brought to you by University Subaru.
With Rattler's 60-plus years in business, we're in our 3rd generation of serving the Midwest and working hard on the 4th. In this family business, you're never too young to start.
At Rattler, we know past best.
That's my line.
See it, believe it. The full Hyundai lineup available at Joe Mockins Hyundai with impressive offers on every Hyundai model, all sold with true upfront pricing. View hundreds of new Hyundais on our big board with prices and discounts clearly marked. Every new Hyundai comes with America's best 10-year, 100,000-mile warranty and our 3-day love it or leave it guarantee. Worry-free car buying with true upfront pricing. All roads lead to Joe Mockins Hyundai at joemockinshyundai.com.
Trust can be your greatest weakness. Do you trust your family? Do you trust your best friend? Do you trust your own heart? Do you really trust the person you love most in the world? You shouldn't.
Roswell, New Mexico. All new tonight at 9, 8 Central on the CW.
For 50 years, Cracker Barrel has been making folks feel right at home with meals like home-style country fried steak, Grandma's Sampler, and our signature chicken and dumplings. So come on home to what you love. Come on home to Cracker Barrel.
The First Alert Weather Cam is brought to you by the law firm of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer. We will fight for you.
Breaking news at this hour, the Columbia School District reports an attempted abduction at Gentry Middle School in the parking lot. The district released surveillance video in the hopes of finding the person. In the top left of your screen, you'll see a student walking away from an individual. The district says a man approached the student while in front of the school about 3:20 this afternoon. That suspect asked the student to come to the car. When the student refused, the suspect offered money. The child is safe. No one was hurt. Police are looking for an older model 4-door black Mercedes sedan. If you have any information, contact Columbia Police.
President Trump says he's not planning to reinstate the policy that separates migrant families at the border. In the meantime, the U.S. Attorney General is giving more details about when he plans to release the redacted report on Russia. NBC's Blaine Alexander has more from the White House.
President Trump says his administration will not return to the controversial policy of separating migrant families at the southern border, but praising it as effective.
Once you don't have it, that's why you see many more people coming. They're coming like it's a picnic, because let's go to Disneyland.
That highly criticized policy, ended last year by executive order, was overseen by outgoing Homeland Security Secretary Kirstjen Nielsen, resigning under pressure from the president. Hers, one of at least 6 vacancies within the department.
A whole raft of vacancies in the Department of Homeland Security is a real concern.
I never said I'm cleaning house. I don't know who came up with that expression. We have a lot of great people over there.
Meanwhile, on Capitol Hill, the president's Attorney General William Barr says he plans to release a redacted version of Special Counsel Robert Mueller's report within a week, color-coded to show why some information is blocked out. Barr was pressed on his summary letter, where he wrote Mueller does not exonerate the president on obstruction of justice.
What is meant by exonerate is really a question that I can't answer.
Democrats want to see the entire thing without redactions and question Barr's ability to condense the nearly 400-page report into a 4-page letter over a weekend.
I would argue it's more suspicious than impressive. All we have is your 4-page summary, which seems to cherry-pick from the report.
Barr, on the Hill today for a budget hearing, says he will be back before lawmakers to answer questions once he releases the report. Blaine Alexander, NBC News, Washington.
The Attorney General said he offered Mueller a chance to review his summary letter before releasing it, but Mueller declined. It is unclear whether he has briefed the White House on Mueller's report yet.
A federal grand jury indicted actress Lori Loughlin, her husband, and 14 other parents in the college admissions scandal today. They face charges of fraud and money laundering. If convicted, they face prison time and significant fines. The defendants are accused of bribery and cheating to get their kids into high-profile colleges and universities. The arraignment dates have not been set.
Warm weather continues for another couple days, but then a big cool down is expected as we head into our weekend, and then we have more rain chances. There are actually better rain chances for the weekend. I'm tracking everything for you. My full forecast coming up.
Tonight, The Village moves to its new time, 9/8 Central. The perfect time to join spring's most beloved new show.
You do have a talent. It's making people feel like they're not alone.
Then, New Amsterdam returns with an extraordinary new episode.
We have no power. It's freezing.
The entire grid is down. Every minute we're without power, patients will die.
Your job is no longer to save everyone. We have to choose.
I won't.
New Amsterdam after The Village, tonight on NBC.
You've heard their names. The fire-kissed New York strip, the buttery Flo's filet, and the perfectly marbled Most Wanted outlaw ribeye. Now put a face to those names. Yours. Come on in for our Longhorn Originals and experience steak the way it was meant to be. The feeling, the flavor, the place. Longhorn Steakhouse. You can't fake steak.
Closed captioning of KOMU 8 News is brought to you by the law offices of Harper, Evans, Wade, and Nettemeyer, a KOMU 8 Salute to Service partner.
It's the home makeover sale at Furniture Row. Save big on hundreds of refreshing new room groups, perfect for living, dining, bedroom, and more. Plus, 48 months, no interest. The home makeover sale, on now at Furniture Row.
At Joe Machens Nissan, our commercial vehicles are built for work. Mid-Missouri relies on you to fix the power, keep it warm, and ensure the job is done right. That's why local business counts on commercial vans from Joe Machens Nissan. See our full line of built-in-America commercial vans. Transform your vehicle into a custom workspace with Nissan's no-charge upfit allowance, all backed by America's best 5-year, 100,000-mile warranty. When you don't drive to an office because your van is your office. All roads lead to Joe Machens Nissan, Providence Road and I-70, Columbia.
It seems like with life, there's never a dull moment. And when it comes to sleep, we don't always get the best rest. Find the cozy comfort, quality, and affordability of the Aspen Collection, all packed in a convenient box, exclusively at Denver Mattress.
4 Columbia schools were on a modified lockdown for about 20 minutes this afternoon. They included Douglas High School, Jefferson Middle School, Ridgeway Elementary, and Park Avenue Preschool. Regular operations continued inside, but no one was allowed in or out of the schools. Police got a call about a suspicious person who was, quote, walking down the street carrying a long gun. Officers did not find that person or any evidence of the warning.
A man awaiting trial accused in the deaths of 5 people was found dead in his St. Louis jail cell this morning. The Montgomery County Sheriff's Office says Pablo Serrano Vitorino was found unresponsive and alone in his cell shortly after 2 a.m. He's accused of killing a neighbor and 3 other people in Kansas City, Kansas in 2016. He's also accused of killing another man in New Florence, Missouri the next day. Police have not said how he died.
The Highway Patrol is showing off a big drug bust that happened yesterday in Callaway County. According to the patrol's Twitter account, more than $200,000 worth of meth was found during a traffic stop on I-70. 3 people were arrested and are now facing several charges, including trafficking and possession of a controlled substance. They're being held in the Callaway County Jail without bond.
A Miller County prosecutor filed a new case against the Chicago man in a 2016 drug deal and murder. Authorities identified Joseph McKenna as the suspect for shooting and killing Tyler Worthington in June of last year. McKenna was previously charged with second-degree murder for Worthington's death. The prosecutor dismissed that case and filed a new one on April 3rd with elevated charges including first-degree murder, armed criminal action, and tampering with a witness.
Again, another beautiful day today. High temperatures in the 70s. Here's a live look over Jefferson City on our first look weather cam. You can see a lot of blue sky there for sure. And these temperatures that are in the 70s here across mid-Missouri were around 76 in Columbia and Jeff City, 73 up in Moberly, 74 in Mexico right now. Looking across the United States, we're not the only ones feeling the warm up. It's in the 80s over there in Wichita, 87 in Dallas, 96 in San Angelo, 95 in Phoenix. Phoenix reached 97, I believe, yesterday, making it their warmest day of the year so far. Not quite 100, but man, they really went for it, that's for sure. It's actually freezing. 31 degrees, though, in International Falls. Otherwise, this is our low-pressure system that we're tracking. It's really going to do a lot for a lot of Americans, actually. It's going to be a big weather maker. A lot of news outlets, national news outlets are already talking about it, already hyping it up. Well, this is what it's going to do. It's going to go down to the south here. It's going to go down into the Great Plains around Oklahoma, Texas Panhandle, and shoot straight up towards the Great Lakes, towards Chicago. And so as that happens, this is what it's going to do. A lot of warm air is going to be on the southern end of this system. A lot of warm flow because it's going to be very windy. It's a very strong low-pressure system. And so there's going to be very cold air on the other side of it as well, leading to snow for a lot of folks in the north. And so as this gets closer to us, our clouds will eventually start to increase already tomorrow for a partly sunny sky on Wednesday. It's going to be breezy tomorrow, too. That's why it's going to be so warm because of the wind. Then here is Thursday, 6 a.m. You can see a lot of snow up here to the north. It's likely even some blizzard-like conditions, if not blizzard conditions, over here in the parts of Nebraska, the Dakotas, Minnesota as well. But for us, we're going to be dry. We have some dry air that's actually moving in. It's going to be a warm, dry air, but it is dry nonetheless. And so we're not going to be seeing much of this moisture. What's going to happen is eventually a frontal system is going to push throughout the day on Thursday. Now, there's a slight chance that we do see a few showers come along right as that starts to move through, but the better chance is actually that the showers pop up right as it gets past about Highway 63. It's going to get past Highway 63, and then these showers, you can see right here, this model showing that nicely, that it's going to pop up. And so that's what we're expecting with this. So St. Louis certainly has a better chance for rain on Thursday than we do here in central Missouri. But as that moves through, again, it's very warm until we start to see that low-pressure system push up towards the north. Then you can already see it with this temperature contour in the background, this cold air that's going to be moving in from the northwest. And it's going to be still windy on Friday, by the way. We are partly sunny on Friday, but it is going to be much cooler. And then on Saturday, we're looking at another partly sunny day, but by the end of it, we're going to have clouds increasing again because a new low-pressure system rolls in from the south, and this time it has moisture with it for us even as well. Looks like it'll be a bit of a rainy one potentially. 4-hour day on Sunday. We'll keep you updated on that one too. That might kind of be affected by this low-pressure system that we're going to see over the next couple days. So we'll continue to watch that one too as it develops. Otherwise, here's our wind gust cast hour by hour. Here is tomorrow, 9 a.m. You can see wind gusts already around 25 miles per hour. I think though throughout the day tomorrow, they're going to be about 35 to 40 miles per hour. A windy one for us already on Wednesday. Here's Thursday afternoon. Wind gusts, I would say, between 45 to 50 miles per hour there. So even windier here on our Thursday. On Friday, it's still windy too with gusts around 35 miles per hour. So Basically, get used to the wind. It's going to stick around here for a few days, and we could even have some power flickers, I would say, on Thursday, thanks to that wind gust close to 50 miles per hour for a couple hours, few hours actually, if not most of the day. 54 degrees for our low temperature tonight, still a warm one. 81 tomorrow. If we do hit 81, it would be the warmest day we've had so far this year in mid-Missouri. Then we're at 70 degrees here on Thursday, and we're cooling down to 54 on Friday, down into the middle 30s on Saturday, maybe not quite freezing there. And then 56 Saturday, more rain possible on Sunday, and then a warm up again next week.
Kenton, thank you very much. More than 300,000 cars in the U.S. getting recalled. We'll have the details coming up.
Tonight, concerns over whether a popular baby sleeper product should be recalled after it was linked to dozens of infant deaths. Also, how seniors were lured into a $1 billion medical fraud scheme. When we see you back here for NBC Nightly News.
Incredible savings on mattresses during the big Sealy sale now at Slumberland. Save on every Sealy mattress, like the Sealy Posturepedic Plush Pillow Top Queen Mattress for just $4.99. Get up to 60% off during the big Sealy sale at Slumberland.
We're whipping up something special for a Mid-Missouri favorite with a tested recipe for 25 years of success. Their service to the community has many layers, with vital assistance to school kids and teachers, loving support for new parents, brighter homecomings for our veterans, a helping hand for victims of domestic abuse, tasty bargains at upscale resale, and did we mention the amazing cookies? Fold it all together and you've got the Assistance League of Mid-Missouri. 25 years of caring and sharing.
There's always an easier way to do anything. A faster route from here to there. A shortcut to the top. And what fun is that? For those committed to doing things the hard way, this is your mattress. The Athlete's Choice Collection with B-Fit technology from Denver Mattress. Engineered for optimal rest, recovery, and performance.
I believe if you want a procedure done right, you go with someone who's done a lot of them.
I believe in teamwork. That makes two of us.
Make it 3.
I believe in caring for every little breath.
I believe in Boone.
I believe.
I believe in Boone.
We believe in Boone.
The touch can mean so much. I believe in Boone.
We brought together outstanding customer favorites at Slumberland, priced so low, they won't last for long. You're going to save all over the store. So many to choose from. Like this crazy comfortable Lazy Boy recliner for just $2.99. Slumberland, it's a good life.
Acura is recalling more than 300,000 cars in the United States. The recall covers the MDX SUVs made from 2014 through 2019. The company says there can be electrical problems related to water leaking and into rear lights and damaging them. There have not been any reports of crashes related to the issue yet. Those affected by the recall can take their cars to a local Acura dealer and they will replace the seals and damaged lights for free. Delta Airlines came in first place against the country's 9 largest airlines. The rating looks at overall quality, including timely performance, baggage mishandling, accidental boarding issues, and complaints. Delta was the only carrier to improve in all 4 categories. The overall score for all 9 major airlines combined is the best in the 29-year history of the industry study. If you're looking forward to a summer cruise, listen up. TripAdvisor has unveiled a new planning tool on its website. Travelers can write cruise reviews, share photos, and shop for great deals. More than 70,000 cruises are available to compare and contrast. About 30 million people are expected to take a cruise in 2019. Walmart is adding thousands of robots to its stores. They will clean floors, scan shelf inventory, and sort deliveries. The technology was tested in hundreds of stores last year, and the company said this new direction will lead to a decrease in jobs and positions over time.
A recap of our breaking news and a final check of our forecast when we come back.
Coming up tomorrow on KOMU 8 News Today.
It's an event called Shed the Silence, and it seeks to make a difference on college campuses.
Plus, Columbia's Police Review Board will tackle half a dozen policies involving firearms.
When there's late breaking news, we'll have it for you from the Right Now desk.
And I'll let you know about some rain chances that are coming in your forecast.
Great days begin with great mornings. KOMU 8 News Today. Coverage you can count on.
Love camping? We've got clothes for snuggling, coolers for packing, and hammocks for napping.
plus other gear and gadgets. So check us out before you check out. Crane's Country Store in beautiful downtown Williamsburg. Boots, bullets, breeches, baloney.
Get a roof that's built to last and get 11% off everything at Menards. Steel roofing withstands the harshest elements and gives your home years of lasting good looks. Menards steel roofing is the last roof you'll ever need. With a limited lifetime paint warranty, 25 color options, and a hidden fastening system. Now's the time to protect your greatest investment and get 11% off all steel roofing at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
It begins as a wish to drive something different. Elegant design and advanced technology. A luxury crossover without the luxury price. Now, everything you wished for in a crossover can be crossed off your list. At Joe Muckins Mazda, get a well-equipped 2018 Mazda CX-5 for only $22,750. Or give in to temptation in a 2018 Mazda MX-5 Miata for only $27,360. It's your last chance to get the best incentives on these remaining 2018s. All roads lead to Joe Muckins Mazda and JoeMuckinsMazda.com.
Need glasses now? We have a lens lab in every store and can make them for you in as little as 30 minutes.
2 pairs start at just $38.71, and 91% of our glasses are ready the same day. No one makes glasses faster than I'm Express.
Introducing Zerona, the first FDA-cleared laser treatment to remove fat without surgery, pain, or recovery time. Zerona's proven technology empties your fat cells and reduces them to a smaller size. Listen to what an actual patient has to say.
In 9 Zerona sessions, I lost 3.9 inches of fat, 2.5 being in my hips and my thighs. I was so excited with the results.
Call now to schedule your free consultation.
University Subaru believes every animal deserves a safe home. That's why we're a proud sponsor of KOMU 8's Pet Corner.
Hey everyone, saying Pet Corner with me. I have Storm, and Storm is only 6 months old. He is a mixed breed, but he is a very active dog and would love an owner and a family that could be active with him as well. He can be a little bit shy at first, but don't worry, he will warm right up next to you. He does also get along with other dogs, even though he can still be shy at the beginning with them. And he's really a great all-around dog that can use a little bit of training, too, teaching some tricks. Go to cmhspets.org for more.
We want to recap that breaking news we told you about earlier. The Columbia School District reported an attempted abduction in the Gentry Middle School parking lot. The district released surveillance video in hopes of finding the man. In the top left of your screen, you'll see a student walking away from someone. The district says a man approached the student while in front of the school about 3:20 this afternoon. The man asked the student to get in the car. When the student refused, the man offered money. The student is safe. No one was hurt. Police are looking for an older model 4-door black Mercedes sedan. If you have any information, contact Columbia Police. You can also find the video on our website at KOMU.com. Coming up on KOMU 8 News at 6, agriculture accounts for about $50 billion of Missouri's revenue, and that's not all.
A new study shows that it could help create more jobs for the state over the next few years. That story is coming up next at 6.
Temperatures in the 70s right now, 76 in Columbia and Jefferson City, close to 80 still at Lake Ozark right now, and winds still fairly calm, and it's going to be warm all evening, nice for a walk around the block. And then tomorrow, again, temperatures starting off in the 50s, reaching actually, I think, the lower 70s or lower 80s for a lot of us, maybe even the warmest day of the year so far. We're going to have a bit of cloud cover starting to roll in, but then it gets very windy tomorrow, gusts about 40 miles per hour even.
So the warmest day so far this year has been what temperature?
80 on Sunday.
And what's going to happen tomorrow?
Maybe 81.
Ooh.
Maybe 81. Do you want it to be 81, Jim? You going for it?
Don't go out on too big of a limb there. We'll see.
We complain when it's cold and
right.
complain when it's hot. Either way.
See you at 6.
On air, online, on Facebook, on Twitter, on the News app, and the Weather app. KOMU 8 News. Coverage you can count on.